So,
admit.
ooh, okay. So thank you and welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining another week of the group Tara practice, Green Tara practice. So many of you have been joining now for many weeks, so I appreciate your continued effort in coming to these sessions. So now, I think many of you know by now that His Holiness Dalai Lama, ever since the pandemic broke out, has been recommending the Green Tara practice, especially to help quell the devastating effects of the pandemic. And so we thought, we've been doing this in Sakadawa Food Institute, and we're going to be continuing to do this for the time being. As you know, many parts of the world are still being ravaged by the pandemic. My picture has come fuzzy. Huh? That's strange. It looks like there's smoke, right? Huh, very strange.
All right, looks overexposed.
Hold on, let me try it now. Okay, well, that's what you get. All right. Odd. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Okay. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, many parts of the world is still being ravaged by the effects of the coronavirus pandemic, especially in Africa and Indonesia, many parts of the developing world at this point. So we're going to be continuing to do these sessions on a weekly basis until the pandemic is over. Switch. How's that? That's not much better, is it? Okay, sorry about that. How's that? Better? Maybe?
Better, Venerable, yes.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm not a tech person, but that's a little bit better, right? Okay, so anyway, sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to be continuing to do these sessions until the pandemic is over. But here at the beginning of the session, we should reflect in a more general way that we have this very nice thought of compassion for sentient beings, but we have to think that we're not doing this just to quell the suffering of the particular suffering of the pandemic, but more generally speaking, all sentient beings who are in samsara are experiencing one kind of suffering situation or another, as long as they are bound by the karma and delusions, these causes of samsara, then they are, certain to experience one kind of unsatisfactory suffering experience again and again until they are liberated. So it's great that we have this mind that wishes sentient beings to be free from suffering, but then we should also reflect on a more deeper level that for sentient beings to truly be freed of their suffering, they need to be free of the cause of suffering. And therefore, if we want to free them from their suffering, then we need to help them be free of these causes of samsara. And so, to help sentient beings liberate themselves from the karma and the delusions, we need to help them generate the antidote to all the delusions within their own mental continuum, and that is the wisdom that realizes emptiness, because it is this ignorant mind that grasps onto true existence that forms the root of samsara. Now, if we want to help sentient beings generate the wisdom realizing emptiness within their own continuum, we, of course, need to realize emptiness ourselves. And even more so, we need to be skilled in guiding and leading sentient beings in a gradual way to this very subtle view of emptiness. So to do that, then it would be wonderful. It's indispensable to achieve the omniscient mind of the Buddha. Once we have attained this omniscient mind of the Buddha, then we can see directly all the various mental propensities, the various karma, and the dispositions of sentient beings, and then we'll be able to, give them the precise teaching that is most beneficial for them, given their situation, given their level of merit, given their intelligence level, and so forth. So therefore, in order that we can quickly free all sentient beings from the ocean of samsaric suffering, we need to achieve this state of enlightenment. And since the attainment of enlightenment is not without causes and conditions, we therefore are going to strive as much as we can to accumulate the causes and to purify the various obstacles that would prevent us from achieving enlightenment as quickly as possible. And so for those reasons, we are now going to engage in this Tara practice here today. Okay. So now, now I will share the screen. Wait a minute, not this one. Okay, this one. So, hold on. All right. Now, before we do that, then we can visualize in the space around us all sentient beings. And then we can think that all sentient beings are doing this practice with us. We are the chant leader, as it were, and they are all doing this practice with me, with us. And so now we start with the visualization. Above the crown of my head, I visualize a lotus and moon disk. Upon these is the great treasure of compassion, Arya Tara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness with my kind real Guru. My Guru is seated in the full lotus position within a transparent bubble of rainbow-colored light, is pink in complexion, and wears saffron robes and a pandit's hat. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma, and holds a vajra and the stem of a white lotus that blooms beside his right ear. His left hand rests on his hip. It holds a bell and the stem of another white lotus that blooms beside his left ear. At my Guru's heart is Arya Tara in female aspect, green in color and seated in a dancing posture within a rainbow bubble. Her left leg is bent up and her right leg is outstretched. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem and holding the stem of a blue utpali flower. Her right hand extended over her right knee is in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. She is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments and scarves, and at her three places bears the syllables Om Ah Hum. At her heart is a lotus and moon seat on which stands a radiant green syllable Tam. Rays of green light radiate in all directions from the Tam and invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. They're all absorbed into Arya Tara and become one. So we pause here and clarify that visualization to the best of our ability. And then take a moment to reflect on the deeper significance of this visualization. So to visualize our Guru on our crown with Aryatar at our heart, and then all these light rays that radiated out, invited all the Buddhas that then dissolved into Aryatar's heart, then the deeper symbolism is that our own Guru has all of the same enlightened qualities of all the numberless Buddhas. But our Guru is appearing in this form as a human being, as an ordinary being, because that is appropriate for our level, since we have only impure karma. Then we are not able to see, for example, the Sambhogakaya, or the complete enjoyment body of the Buddhas, which can only be directly perceived by the Arya Bodhisattvas, for example. And then even the supreme emanation body of Shakyamuni Buddha, for example, then only those beings with particularly good karma had the good fortune to meet with the Buddha 2,500 plus years ago in this world. So now we don't have the good fortune to meet with the Buddhas in a more exalted sort of aspect, but yet the Buddhas have infinite love and compassion that extends to all sentient beings, and so for sure they are working tirelessly to benefit all sentient beings. So how then are they working for our benefit? Well, then, as we said, if they really want to benefit sentient beings, they have to guide us to generate the path, generate the wisdom realizing emptiness. And so, who is doing that for us? No one except our own Guru. So then it's clear that our Guru, yes, has all of the qualities of the enlightened mind, all the same level of realization as Aryatara, as Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, and so forth, but is appearing in this aspect that we can interact with. And in so doing, then to us is kinder than all those other numberless Buddhas, in relation to whom, we can't receive direct teachings, we can't perceive. So really get that sense that your Guru is kinder than all the other Buddhas of the past that are abiding in the present, and even the ones that might come in the future. Then reflecting on the kindness and the qualities, then we make this heartfelt request: please remain above my head until I receive enlightenment. And then every time we make these requests in the various practices or sadhanas we do, then every time we make a request, think that the Guru accepts the request. Okay. So now refuge in bodhicitta. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits, giving, and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and the other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. So now continuing with the 7th prayer. With my body, speech, and mind, I devoutly prostrate. And we'll continue with the 21 Tara praises. So I think many of you know, we mentioned that FPMT, you see, 2021, they've recently edited this phonetics. There had been some errors, and so this is now the corrected version. It's available for free download on the FPMT website. Okay, so now we'll do the chanting in Tibetan, and we'll do it in a slow, relaxed way. And as I mentioned some weeks ago, then especially when we do the verses of praise, if you wish to do actual full-length prostrations in your home or wherever you are, then that's really good. It's another reason why it's good to memorize these Tara praises. So, you don't have to be looking down on the page, but you can, get to do the prostrations while reciting. Dilshad, have you memorized them yet? Okay, you can also memorize in Sanskrit. It's up to you. Okay? All right. O Dalai nature ne tami jungle chuji upamegi ulangen dusun sange chule ma joma koche sheksu so la dala min chebengi shagi pemo la tute pompa kunen josema joma yula cha selo. Om Jetsun Ma Pama Joma La Chan Selo Sasa Joma Nyoma Pamo Cheni Kechi Lo Dam Drama Jiten Sunga Chike Shelgi Kesa Jewa Lini Joma Shasa Tunge Dawa Kuntu Kawa Gyani Sekpe Shelma Karma Tontra Sopa Namgi Ratu chewe rabama chase semu chini kigi peme chane namba gyama chimpa sundu katu pshiwa sepa senten chuyu nima chase deshin shekpe suto tae namba gyalwa chema malu paro chimpa tobe gyalwe segi shindu tema Chase tutara hong yige, dedan chodan nanka kama, jiten dumbo shagi nende, lupa mepa gupa numa, chase gache mela samba, lula naso wanche chema, chumbo rola tisa namba, nyechin sogi dune tema, chase cheche chadan pegi, Paru tukora tu joma, yeken shagi nende, mepa trupa shindu bama, chase turi jipa chempo, dugi pao namba joma, chuke shelni trane denze, chao tamshe malu suma, chase konshon sunsa chage, sama truka namba gema, malu chogi kolu gembe, Rangi yogi soknam trukma, chasa ratu gawa jibi, yogi chanwa pelma, shepara shitu tarai, dudan jiten wandu zema, chasa sashi kyonwe soknam, tamche gupa numa nima, chane yo igi ungi, pompa tamche namba jolma, Chase dawe dumbu gen, genpa tamshi shindu bama, rebe tuna reba mele, takpa shindu zema, chase kepe tame meda, bawe denwe yana nema, yekan yukun kone koge, jai pone namba joma, chase sashi ngama chage, Tilgi ningi shagi dhamma, Kane tenze gi hongi rimpa dumba nani gamma chase dhamma gamma shima ngangen de chunima soa ondayanda dembe dikpa chambu jomanima chase kune gorav gawe trai lune namba gamma yigi chube ngangi kube Ripa hune jomanima chase ture shani dabe hunge nabe sabunima rira mandara dambije jitin suna yoanima chase lai soinabe rida tachen chananama tara niji pegi yige dukna malupani selma Chasa lai soknam gyalpo lada miam chi tema kune gochagawa jigi suda mila nyamba sama chasa nima dawa gebe cheni pola urab selma harani jitu tarai shindu kakpo rime selma chasa deni suna kebe shivi tudayanda dema Dela rola nuchin sognam, jomba ture rachonima, sawe nga itaba dida, chasewani nisu sachi. Then continuing on with this abbreviated praise, so many of you know, but this version was given to the glorious Atisha Dimunkara in Tibet by Aryatar herself. When once Tisha had fallen sick, he was advised to recite the 21 Tara praises 10,000 times per day. Of course, that would take a very, very long time, probably impossible in one day. So he asked Tara if there was something else he could do. And out of compassion, Tara taught this. So it's very good to do. It says that, even to recite once, it has the same benefit of reciting the entire 21 Tara praises. So we'll do this 21 times. Onje tsuma pama jomala chaselo chasa joma tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture dunan tanche tema soa igi cheraram du onje tsuma pama jomala chaselo Chasa joma tare pamo tutarai jikun sama tune dunan tanche tema soa ige charara du onje tsuma pama joma la chaselo chasa joma tare pamo tutarai jikun sama tune dunan tanche tema soa ige charara du onje tsuma pama joma la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chasa jama tare pamo tutarai jigun sama ture donan bage dema soa igi jarara du onje tsuma pama jama la chaselo Chacha Jama Tareba Mo Tutara Ijigazama Ture Danada Jedam So Igijarara Du On Jetsuma Pama Jamala Chazelo Chacha Jama Tareba Mo Tutara Ijigazama Ture Danada Jedam So Igijarara Du On Jetsuma Pama Jamala Chazelo Chacha Jama Tareba Mo Tutara Ijigazama Ture Danada Jedam So you get Charad on Jetsuma Pamajamala Chazano Chaza Jama Tarebam Tutarai Jikusama Ture Danantajedam So I get Chararam Du. Okay. So next, the limb of offering. And again, we'll do what we normally do. But I need to light some incense. Hold on a second. So here, we're offering 2 sticks of sublime agar wood incense. And we're doing this on behalf of all sentient beings, so we can think. So I offer all offerings, both real and imagined. So the real offerings, then of course, the incense we just lit, the water bowls we have here, the lights behind me, and then all the other offerings that have been laid out. So we can thank all the other centers, all the other students' homes, Lama Zopa Rinpoche's houses, all the other Dharma centers and so forth. So all those offerings laid out. And then imagined offerings. So we can just imagine that, yes, we just lit 2 sticks of incense, but we can imagine on every atom in the entire universe, there's countless incense, countless rains of flowers, food. We can think of offering medicine, everything that's desirable, wish-fulfilling jewels. There's a lot of economic problems in the world. Basically, yeah, whatever you can imagine, whatever you think is attractive. Especially offering light is very good to help develop wisdom, create the auspicious condition, dependent arising for developing wisdom. So all of these offerings that we've laid out and that we imagine, then we offer this to our Guru and several from Aryatara, as well as all the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, statues, stupas, and scriptures, all the holy objects of the whole universe, and think that they are all one in nature with our Guru. Okay, so all sins and all sins and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess. So here now we can think all the negative actions that we've done from beginningless time, whether or not we can remember them. In particular, all the broken vows, all of the times that we have disturbed our Holy Guru's mind, not followed the advice, of course, harming the holy body or criticizing also the Guru, any times we've done that. from beginningless time, whether or not we can remember it. We can also think of all the negative actions we've done in relation to other, karmically potent beings like our parents, or even our teachers, school teachers, even worldly teachers. So all of these negative actions, then we confess and we think, seeing that they are the causes of future suffering, seeing that they are the obstacles that prevent us from quickly attaining enlightenment. We then commit ourselves not to act that way in the future, or at the very least, try our best to refrain from such actions, even if it's just for a day, an hour, even a few minutes, even a few seconds. Then we are trying to cut the continuity of our uninterrupted stream of negativities. So even by taking a little bit of the momentum away from the negativities, from the delusions, by even for a few minutes, hours, to refrain from these negative actions is very, very good. Then, rejoicing. I rejoice in all virtuous actions of holy and ordinary beings. So here again, to consider how every type of happiness and success, both within samsara and the states of liberation and enlightenment, all of that comes from merit, from good karma. And so, here now, when we think of all the good actions that we've done, or when we think of the good actions that others have done, then it should make us so happy. Since we ourselves want happiness, since we want others to have happiness, then of course we want them to have the cause of happiness. So then when we think about all the virtue that has taken place, that is taking place, that will take place, oh wow, so amazing. So just think how wonderful it is. All these virtuous actions that we've done. And again, think from beginningless time till now. You must have collected so much virtue. Even to be here today is still, alive in this world with the precious human rebirth, having met the Buddha Dharma, having met sublime, perfect gurus like His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So much merit is required for that. Then of course we can think of the merit of others, and in particular the Bodhisattvas, who've generated the mind of bodhicitta, and then of course the Buddhas who have completely traversed the path to enlightenment. So think how wonderful it is. A countless number of Buddhas that have done exactly what we are trying to do. Okay. O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends. We can visualize that we offer our Guru a throne marked with a double cross of Vajra, and not just one but countless, that then gets absorbed into our Guru, who accepts our request. And turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. Then offer a golden Dhamma chakra, or Dhamma wheel, to our Guru, not just one but countless. Guru accepts our request to continue to teach and guide us. And then the dedication. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. So now the mandala offerings. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this is a Buddha field and offer, and all living beings enjoy this pillar. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body weapon enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure, and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. So it's very good to think we're not just offering one mandala, but again, on every atom of the whole universe is a replica, a completely pure Buddha field, complete in all of its characteristics. So actually we're offering as many mandalas as there are atoms of the universe. Idam Guru Dana Mandala Kamiratayami. Then requests. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my body so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. So make this heartfelt request to the Guru who is still at your crown. And have no doubt that, through our Guru's blessings, through his inspiration, that, what we are requesting can happen. Then, again, the Guru accepts our request. Then we visualize that white light emanates from the Om at Aratara's brow and curves in an arc to enter my brow. My body is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. Next, we request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. Guru accepts our request. Red light emanates from Ah at Aratara's throat and curves in an arc to enter my throat. My speech is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. Next, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. The Guru accepts our request, and then blue light emanates from the Hum at Aratara's heart and curves in an arc to enter my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. Then we request, please bless me to purify all delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru Tara's holy body, speech, and mind. Then we visualize 3 colored beams emanate simultaneously from the Om An Hum syllables, curving an arc and entering my 3 places, completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. My root Guru dissolves into Aratara, who melts into green light, which flows into me. Instantly, my wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent together with my dualistic mind and its views, disappear, becoming completely empty. Not even a trace of them remains. I concentrate one-pointedly in this empty state with a wisdom that is indistinguishably one with Guru Tara's blissful, omniscient mind. So here, we pause and, to the best of our ability, reflect on the meaning of emptiness. So emptiness means not just mere nothingness, but emptiness of true existence, inherent existence, existence from the object's own side. So those ways of existing are all synonymous, but they are all equally impossible. So when we talk about the emptiness of phenomena, it is the fact that phenomena do not exist in this way. And now for our deluded minds, and actually all of sentient beings, when phenomena appear to our eye consciousness, our sense consciousnesses, then they appear in this way to be truly existent, inherently existent from the object's own side. But that appearance does not accord with reality. Therefore, all phenomena are like mirage, like illusion, like dreams. So now you can think that all of these, dualistic appearances, so all of the normal conventional phenomena, then it's as if they completely vanish. And all that is left over is this lack of inherent existence. And now you can think that your mind that realizes this lack of inherent existence, this emptiness, then is one in nature with Aryatara's omniscient mind. So now, those who have had the necessary initiation, you can think that now your mind, inseparable from Aryatara's mind, manifests in the bodily form of Aryatara. Others of you, you can visualize Aryatara in the space in front of you. Okay. So then, out of that emptiness, my wisdom manifests instantly as Aryatara's holy body, seated upon a lotus and moon cushion. At my heart is another lotus and moon, upon which in the center stands the syllable Tam, surrounded in a clockwise direction by the syllables of the mantra Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha. The Tam and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally united. Green light radiates from all the letters, spreading in every direction, and purifies the negative karma, gross illusions, and obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara. Okay, so these 3 paragraphs here These are 3 visualizations that we'll do while we recite the mantra. I'm just looking at the clock and we're almost out of time actually for the session. So yeah, it's like that. So yeah, just on your own pace. Maybe we only have about 4 minutes to recite the mantra. That's okay. So just maybe 1 mala of each of the visualizations. Om Tari Tu Tari Turi Soha, 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 Om Tari Tu Tari Turi Soha. Om Tari Tu Tari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tu Tari. Om Tari Tu Tari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tu Tari Turi Soha, Om Tari Tu Tari. Om Tari Tu Tari Turi Soha. So now we pause and just think and rest in the awareness that due to the power of having recited the mantra, due to the purifying light rays and the shower of blessings that came from Buddhatara, then all of the sentient beings are completely purified of all their sicknesses, all their negative karma, all their delusions, all their obscurations, for liberation and enlightenment, and have attained enlightenment in the aspect of Aryatara. Okay. So now dedication, the brief one first. May I quickly become Guru Aryatara and lead each and every sentient being into her enlightened state. Because of these merits, May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not yet arisen arise and grow. May that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. Okay, so I saw Shanti wrote in the chat, we're doing the King of Prayers. So do you all have that? Yes? Okay, so I won't do a screen share. We can just all read together. So again, this is very good to do for those who have recently passed away. So we can think that we're doing this for all the sentient beings in the Vardo. Of course, many names have been submitted to the Institute. All of us probably haven't known a few people who have died in recent times. So whether their names have been submitted to us or to Root Institute, doesn't matter. This is for all the sentient beings in the Bardo. That's one. And then also they say that the King of Prayers is very good to help set a dependent origination for achieving bodhicitta and becoming a bodhisattva, if you're not a bodhisattva already. So then, not just us, but for all the sentient beings, as we just dedicated, for all sentient beings to generate this mind of bodhicitta, and those who have generated it, for it to increase. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri, you lions among humans gone to freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions. To all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas, visualize this real, I bow down. On every atom of Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst the host of Bodhisattvas, and I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfume, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength and conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training, and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You heard the bright lights of the worlds of 10 directions who attain in Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons and with the atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you, Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past, accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas surrounding Buddhas, gathered beneath the Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives and all varieties of existence, may I practice Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then, following the footsteps of all the Buddhas, and perfecting the practice of Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of the gods, in the language of of spirits and mangas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in lower realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the varied dispositions of beings, showing the ways of Bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the Bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by Bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of Bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, and samadhi and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields, numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among Bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of a hair, so I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I'm continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the varied tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma of all Buddhas in 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, future lying among humans. With the power of illusion like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle to every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi. May I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the Bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of Dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspirations. May I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this Bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddhas, gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere, in order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all embracing good, the other brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas. I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as skillful Samantabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this Bodhisattva practice of all embracing good, to effect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise. Limitless are living beings, thus limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach for limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and abundance of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons some of the atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become just like Samadhi himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family attributes, and appearance, they'll be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all 3 worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sending beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is a fully ripened result comprehended only by a Buddha of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice, in order to strange just like the hero Manjushri knows reality as it is, and just like Samadhi as well. I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised as the greatest by all Buddhas, gone to freedom in 3 times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations, directly receiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, filling them all without exception, for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from extremely beautiful spirit of lotus in that joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive reflection of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received affliction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with 1,000,000,000 emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I've accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating this positive potential by dedicating this prayer of Samattabhaja's deeds, may all beings drown in the torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this kingdom aspirations with his greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wanderers in samsara, through the accomplishment of the scripture dazzling with Samattabhaja's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. Okay, sorry, we picked up speed a little bit, but we're a little bit over time, so thank you for your patience. And now we'll continue with some particular dedications. So first, we also dedicate all the 3-time merit accumulated by ourselves, as well as the 3-time merit accumulated by numberless sentient beings and numberless Buddhas, for the long and healthy lives of all the spiritual friends. So that includes His Holiness Dalai Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and Gyanin Tree Rinpoche, Sokon Senshep Rinpoche, Ken Rinpoche, Geshe Chuni, and Kansa Rinpoche. Then also all of the Dharma teachers, for them to have long and healthy lives. So in particular, Geshe Chuni, Geshe Sherab, Geshe Tenzin Dorje, Geshe Dorje Damdu, Geshe Tenzin Zopa, Venerable Sangha Kadro, Venerable Olivier Rossi, Venerable Tenzin Namjong, Venerable Ravina Curtin, Venerable Tenzin Lexo, Venerable Tenzin Gachen, Venerable Tuten Khandro, as well as the quick enlightenment and the fulfillment of all the holy wishes of all the kind benefactors of Root Institute. So then, we also dedicate for those beings who have health issues. Elham Shirali, and then also my niece, Lisette, is also having some health issues. So all these names that have been submitted to Root Institute, and then more generally speaking, all the beings who are experiencing various kinds of illnesses and disease, then we dedicate Lakshmi Deva, and all the sick sentient beings in the world quickly be freed from all their sicknesses, and may, whatever sicknesses there are in the world, may they never occur again. Then we also dedicate for all those who recently passed away. May they be born in a pure land where they can achieve enlightenment, or at the very least attain a perfect human rebirth, meet with the Mahayana Guru, the Mahayana Dharma and attain enlightenment in their very next life. And then we also dedicate for all the Dharma projects, particularly the FPMT projects in India, and particularly Root Institute. So all these projects, may they be successful in promoting and preserving the Buddha Dharma and benefiting sentient beings. Okay, so thank you very much. Oh, and we have here Analia. Okay, she has just passed away. So her and then all the other sentient beings in the bardo. Okay. All right. So thank you. We've gone a few minutes over, but you know, what else are you going to do on a Sunday night? So thank you all for your continued dedication to this practice. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Be well. Be
Thank
happy.
you all.